Yep.
It's crazy.
But I don't know. For everyone watching, I did a trade in one of my fantasy leagues. I gave up Justin Jefferson and DeAndre Swift for Amon-Ra St. Brown and T. Higgins. Now, I know that might sound crazy, but I'm kind of like, it's a keeper league. I I am trying to have a better year this year. It's not that I don't think Swift's not going to boom. You know what I mean? But I think Amon-Ra's the better receiver this year. And I think with Chase being a dum dum, I think T. Higgins could pop off. And Burrow being healthy, they could be like. But I think Caleb Williams is gonna like just throw the ball a lot. I think he's gonna rushing. He's gonna get a lot of rushing touchdowns.
Swift is. What do you think about DeAndre Swift? Because they're gonna have to lean on him.
DeAndre, like we're talking about the same guy, right? Why am I fucking my head?
Did I just butcher his first name? Is it not DeAndre Swift?
I can't. I think it is.
Wait. Yeah, we're talking about the Swift that you traded. That's his name, right? Deon.
Yes. Yes.
I thought you had me
Yes.
tripping there for a second, dude. Yeah, no. Yeah, DeAndre Swift. Yeah, so he's on the Bears, right? So they're gonna have to lean on him though this year. Do you think that? Especially with Caleb at
Swift.
quarterback. Yeah, because I know you traded him away. That's what you're saying. He could go off too if they really lean on him with the Bears. Like if Caleb Williams is not having a good game, and then you get that running
Yeah.
game going, he could put up some points too. So like that's something else especially if that offense clicks with Caleb Williams. But I think the safer play is to have Higgins and uh 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 St.
Amon-Ra.
Brown.
I
Yeah.
think that's what I went with too is the consistency.
It's gonna be more consistent. You're gonna have Joe Burrow or Slim Shady back, and you're gonna have St. Brown. That offense, Lions offense, is gonna keep doing their thing. So I'm not worried about that because they got Goff, right?
Golf as their QB.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So he's gonna get the ball out to him. So I'm not worried about that. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's nice. I don't mind that trade.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I haven't looked at the league at all. I need to start looking at some possible trades. I'm just scared to trade before week 1. That's what's scary. Cause like you could definitely trade some stuff, but bro, like you said, if DeAndre Swift does go off, then you just screwed up big time. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's just a
Yeah.
big risk there with like not knowing, what's gonna happen. That's like putting your money into a stock that you have no idea how it's gonna perform when it just starts. You know what I'm saying? It's like, is it gonna start high? Is it gonna start low? Do I put
Yeah.
$20 into it, even though the value might shoot up to $60 in a week? Like, you don't know. So
Yeah.
that's a weird. That's why I'm not trading anything right now. But there are probably some roster moves I can make. Probably some guys I can start up because all my benches, for example, like there's a couple guys, especially in our league that we have. So the league that we did a dynasty. So the dynasty, I have a lot of young guys. So there's a lot of guys that have some similar rating predictions. So I don't know if I should maybe put some guys from my bench at starter. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do just yet. I think the biggest steal for me though is Penix because we have a dynasty going on, dude. Penix in like 4 years, maybe probably earlier than that, probably 3 years, bro. Is gonna go off. I'm so excited, dude. That's I can't believe I got him
Yeah. No, it's definitely a good pickup, especially
in
if
the
Big
not the
Kirko
10th
goes down,
round.
bro.
Yeah, the 10th round. Like it was something stupid like that. It was like. Now I wouldn't pick Penix up as my backup quarterback like early on. Like I don't think that would have been stupid. But I think him falling down that low was crazy. It was wild. And yeah, I got some good guys at backup, dude. Because Adonai Mitchell's another guy on my bench that could possibly go off this season.
Oh, dude.
You know,
I think he's gonna have a good year, bro.
yeah, I have him on the bench right now. I could put him above Xavier Worthy, but I like Xavier Worthy. Nico Collins is a guy though. I have a good team, man. Looking at my roster, the only guy that I didn't really want to pick up, but I just kind of fed into the hype was Marvin Harrison. Like I think he's really good as a college football fan. He was a beast at Ohio State, but I don't know how he's going to perform in the NFL. I just feel like Adonai Mitchell's going to I don't know. Those guys I just know a little bit more about than Marvin Harrison. I don't know a lot about Arizona's offense or anything either, so I can't really, you know. Marvin Harrison's big though, 6'4", 205. God.
Yeah,
Dang.
that guy is going to change the league, I think.
That's what a lot of people are saying. But like I said, I don't know. Like that for some reason, the hype. I'm not like I've leaned into it obviously because I got him pretty early on, but I don't know, man. It's one of those picks like I wasn't sure on. Like if I didn't hear the hype, I wouldn't have got him. You know, it's one. So I don't know. Like I know you probably had a couple of those guys too. Like I don't. It's a weird toss up, especially in our dynasty league. But that's another reason why I picked him up because I'm like, okay, he's young. Even if he's not good this first year, he can definitely figure out some stuff. And like, so like for everybody listening right now, I'm just gonna go through my team for our dynasty. We have Brock Purdy. We got I got Josh Jacobs. I got David Montgomery. I got Marvin Harrison, Nico Collins. Is it Clark Kent? No, not Clark Kent. What's his name?
Clark Kent?
Clark Kent?
Komet?
What's going
Cole
on, dude?
Komet?
Cole Komet. Xavier Worthy. Tyler Bass. The Ravens. And then could we have a defensive player? I got Roquan Smith, which I really like. And then I got Penix. This is the bench now. We got Penix, Blake Corum, Adonai Mitchell, Darnell Mooney, Josh Downs, who's this guy? Ben Sinnott, tight end.
Ben Sinnott, baby.
We got Kyle Hamilton. What team is he on now? He's on Baltimore. He was a beast at Notre Dame. And then we got DeForest Buckner for another defensive line. 6'7", 300 pounds, dude. I think he was at North Carolina State, right? I think he was on North Carolina State.
You're talking to this guy.
Yeah, I think, dude, he was a beast, bro. Let me see if I actually remember that right. Yeah, DeForest Buckner, dude, 6'7".
DeForest Buckner.
Let's see. Please tell me I got this right. No, he was at Oregon. Dang, I fumbled that, bro. I thought for some reason he was at North Carolina State. Yeah, it's crazy. No, he's a beast, man. He's a beast. But yeah, so that's my team, man. We'll see what happens. Like I said, this is a dynasty, so I went for more of like a younger team. Like that's what me and Brayden were talking about with like the. By the way, you can see the trophy in the back in his background, but you could have either drafted based on like the goal to have a really good season this season and then have to get rookies and trade, or wait and kind of build up a program and wait a couple years for like a good success. And that's what I did. I got a lot of young guys, a lot of guys that are inexperienced, and I'm hoping that it for a longevity purpose. I got a team that's gonna be with me for a while, so we'll see what happens. But
he's got a long-term team. That's what they say.
Dude, I'm. It's not gonna be a good season, bro. I already know. For me, it's not. This season at least isn't gonna be great, but it is what it is.
You never know. My team's kind of stacked. I like my team.
Tell everybody what you got.
I've got Jalen Hurts, James Cook, Joe Mixon, CD Lamb, AJ Brown, Kyle Pitts, Terry McLaurin, Jake Elliott, and then I got the Saints and the Eagles defense, and then I got Jalen Phillips. I love that kid. That kid's gonna be good.
Yep.
And my benches are looking too bad.
Let's hear it.
Oh, you want to hear the bench too?
Yeah.
We got Will Shipley because I think that boy is going to overtake Gainwell. I love you, Gainwell, but like Will Shipley is actually a dog.
Just gets hurt though. That's what's scary. He battled injuries like at Clemson. Josh Jonah, dude, he got hurt like every single season. That's one thing about Will Shipley I don't like, but when he's healthy, he's a beast.
No, it's fair. You got Dalvin Cook just because I'm kind of interested to see what can happen there.
Florida State.
Zach Moss because that guy's a dog. Unless Chase Brown's a dog. Yeah, let's hopefully not. I got Rico Dowdle just because I feel like I don't know what's gonna happen in that Cowboy Rico Dowdle. He's in the Cowboys as well. He was sharing snaps with Ezekiel Elliott, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I got Jacoby Myers, Jalen Tolbert, who I actually think this is my breakout guy of the year. I think Jalen Tolbert on the Cowboys is gonna have a banger year.
What position?
He's wide receiver.
Okay.
Brandon Cook's old ass is hurt. CD was out like all camp, and Jalen and Dak were like dossing up. So I think he's gonna be a wide receiver too, but I think he's gonna have like a better year than he did a while ago. Okay. And then I have Taysom Hill because and Hollywood Brown on my IR.
There you go. Okay, so with Taysom Hill, because he plays quarterback, running back, receiver, tight
Yeah,
end.
bro.
What do you like? Can you put him anywhere?
You can put him at quarterback or tight end.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
It's pretty
I
dope.
like that guy. That guy's a fantasy gem.
Too bad he's ass.
Too bad he's asset football.
Too bad he gets
The
you 5 points
Tim
a week.
Tebow should have had.
Facts. Facts.
Come on, Tim. Why didn't you come back?
That's funny, bro. That's funny. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Dynasty. We'll keep you updated every week. We're gonna hop on here. I know it's an acting podcast, but we're gonna give you guys our update on it fantasy. I'm playing our boy Cassidy this week. I've been talking pretty bad, so I hope I back that up. I'm a little scared.
Yeah, I've been talking all that shit.
Who are you playing?
Who am I? Oh, Andy Foster.
Hey, okay, that's a good start. That's a good start. Yeah, we'll see
Hey,
what happens,
dude.
bro. When do we play?
When do we play? I don't know.
Let's see, matchup. So it's week 1. Week 2. Got some of these names. We play week 4. Week 4.
Week 4.
You're
Week 4
projected
we do.
158, and I'm projected 148. So you got me by 10 points there for that week. We'll see what happens. I'm one of the worst teams in the league.
Nah.
Projected points wise, I'm
Don't do
definitely
that to yourself, man. Don't do that to yourself, bro.
That hurts. That's funny. Dang, bro. We'll see what happens, though. So every single week, we will keep you guys updated on that aspect of our lives, baby. Yo, and Homie Hornites is back. Stop playing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dude, Brayden, we hit up 2 houses.
We hit it up
on Sunday. We hit it
They
up.
were both terrible. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah. I mean, like, Slaughter Cinema was dope. Like, it that's what the first one was. Like, you go through the different movies. Like, that was cool. It did its part, but the museum one was not good. That was a pretty bad one.
The Slaughter Cinema was good, but the museum was just like...
Yeah, like, because the Slaughter Cinema, it knows what it is. It's, like, really campy, goofy. Like, you know what I mean? It knows what it's like Yeti. It's stupid, but it knows what it is. But, like, yeah, the Museum of the Deadly, whatever it is, I've been watching a lot of people's ranking videos, and it's always on the bottom. Like, everyone has it, the bottom 2, with, like, the Goblins one, and, like... So nobody really enjoys it. But, dude, the Insidious house, bro. Consistently, people are saying the best house. One of the best houses ever. I've seen too. Dude, we got to hit it up. So we're going again Thursday, I think, is when I'm going to hit it up again. So should be fun. Brayden might tag along. You gonna go Thursday?
I'm going to be there.
Let's go. I
will be there. Don't even question it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're going to hit that up Thursday. I don't know, bro. I hope the lines aren't terrible. We'll see.
Yeah, they were. I mean, I understand
it's Labor Day weekend. You know, like, so that kind of makes sense. But, like, what I'll do is Wednesday night, I'm going to look at the times. And I'm going to see what the times look like. And then that Thursday, we'll see. Just so we can kind of figure out which houses to hit. But I feel like the what we're going to have to do for Insidious, bro, is, like, get there right when it opens one day. You know what I'm saying? When we get some other people that are doing a one-day ticket or something. And then just get there super early and go to Insidious and A Quiet Place and do those big ones. I feel like that's what we're gonna have to do, you know. Because I like, even last year, bro. Because we got the 30-day pass. Even last season, for HHN 32, I only did what was it called? The Last of Us. I only did that 2 times, and one time I waited way too long for it, and the other time I think I did it with you and a couple other people. Yeah. And we waited a long time too, but not as long as the other time I went. It was bad. Way too long. But that one, and then even what was the other big one? Stranger Things, bro. I only did Stranger Things one time. Like, it was just way too. Even Exorcist, like, those big ones are just long lines. You just kind of have to fight through. But yeah. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna give you guys a ranking at the end too of this year. I think it'd be fun if we just go through and rank all the houses and let you know what we thought, which ones were our favorites, which ones weren't. I think did we do that last year? Do you remember?
We did.
I think we did.
Or I don't know if we did an official ranking, but I think we did it on the channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. So We'll do it again this year, and you guys let us know also too, like what are your favorites? Because so far, I think right now, like my top three like most anticipated. I really want to see Insidious. I really want to see the Candy one. I heard the Candy one's pretty cool. It's like really like super bright. And then the other one, I want to see Monsters. I'm really curious about Monsters. The Unmasked Monsters. It's like the Bride of Frankenstein and stuff. That's gonna be pretty dope.
Yeah,
So we'll see what happens.
It's a little different.
Yeah, it's a little different. So and that one's weird. People either love that one or they hate it. It's really funny. It's like super high on some people's rankings and then super low on others. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. So we'll get to these rankings for y'all and let you know our thoughts on it as we go along. But Mr. B, how you been, bro?
I've been doing pretty swell, my friend.
Yes, sir.
I've just been going through the week, chilling, relaxing, finishing. I finished the script. I finished my script
Yes,
called
sir.
Offset that I was working on. Yes, I sent out to
Yep.
a few people, and just kind of waiting on to hear back on what people think of it. But yeah, so since then I've kind of just been taking like a chill pill because it's kind of like a waiting thing. Like there's other things I can work on, but really I'm just waiting on people to respond to me. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've just been chilling. You're one of them.
I'm
You're
one of those
them,
people.
Son of a bitch.
I know, it's my bad.
No, you're
'cause
okay.
You said it to me. What was it? We were at Halloween Horror Nights. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get to it. Never did.
Yeah.
That's on
No,
me.
you're fine. You're fine.
But yeah, no, that's dope, man. That, and then we're also getting this website done for you guys. We talked about it last episode 2 weeks ago. We're working on an actor's POV website, man. There's gonna be courses, and I'm gonna be filming my courses probably tomorrow. So I'm gonna aim for, and then
Holy crap! I got to get on my courses.
it's good, brother. It's good. And so we're hopefully gonna have the website up by the end of next week is what I'm kind of aiming for, which I think is a good time because that gives us plenty of time. Like right now, the whole website's pretty much done except for some just little things here and there. So I'm gonna invite Brayden over to the house one of these next couple days, and we're just gonna tweak some stuff and work on some colors and see what's best. But yeah, I'm very very happy with how everything's turning out. And this website is gonna go. So there's gonna be three different really four different choices. You have the silver monthly, the silver yearly, the gold monthly, and the gold yearly. And we're very happy with those different choices for you. And then the gold yearly, you can either buy there's gonna be like different benefits for those different memberships. And then the courses can be bought on their own, or you can do the gold yearly and then get the courses with that. So you have that option there. And then of course all the gold has all the silver membership benefits as well. So the higher you go, of course you get all the benefits of the memberships below that.
And they're good. There's some good benefits.
They are really good. They're really good. We're very happy with that, man. So very excited to get that to you guys hopefully by the end of next week. I'll give an official date.
If you buy the gold yearly, you can see our bloopers from us trying to film the videos.
that was pretty funny. I should throw the bloopers on there. Honestly, dude. I should. Some of them.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah. So get ready for that, man. Like I said, if you guys follow us on our Instagram at actors POV pod, we will be posting some stuff on there for you guys and keep you updated. Get more active on there, of course, because we're gonna be building this website up. So yeah, be ready for that. Should be out hopefully soon. So keep you guys updated with that. But yeah, baby. We went and saw. Well, actually, this weekend we do. Okay, so let's just.
Oh my God, guys!
Let's break this whole thing
horrible.
down, dude. It's horrible, dude. So, me and Brayden 2 weeks ago saw The Crow. With oh my God, what's his name? The guy Skarsgård.
Yep.
And we went and saw it. We'll get to that in a second. That's what we're gonna be reviewing today. It feels like such a long time ago, though.
I know, right?
It's really trippy. And then we were like,
it's
okay,
not our fault.
It really
we swear.
Isn't. And then this past Friday, we were like, all right, cool. Let's get ahead of the curve and let's go watch a movie today instead of watching it on a Saturday or Sunday so we can film it earlier and get it out, whatever, because we weren't doing anything. Bro, we get in the car, we start driving there, and there's an hour and 15 minutes of traffic to get to the theater we want to go to. It was horrible, bro. I don't know what happened. I don't know how many cars flipped, who got hurt, but like, dude, it was crazy, man. Because usually it takes around 30 minutes to get to our theater. And it was going to take like an hour and 20.
Far, but
yeah, but it was like an hour and 20 total. And I was like, it's an hour extra of traffic. What are we doing, dude? So we decided not to do it just because, number one, we were going to be late to the movie. And number two, there wasn't any times a little bit after that we could have gone to unless we wanted to go there and wait like 30 minutes or an hour. We're like, we don't want to do that. So we took the next exit after that, went back into our town, hit up a Spirit Halloween store. We finally have one here. And then
We finally have one.
Factual. And we played Black Ops 6, which okay, another thing on that, bro. I told Brayden I got Black Ops 6, dude. I've been playing it. I'm a boss of that. But I'm telling you right now, my PC, it's overheating too, bro. Mine's bad. I knew yours was, and mine's really bad.
Dude, yeah, I had to download the MSI Afterburner, bro.
Mine will close out. Like, it sometimes won't even open. It'll open, and it'll load up, and then it'll just, like, kick me out. Good news is, though, I'm getting my new PC tomorrow, so we'll be able to run it. But, dude, it's been rough, dude. Black Ops 6, I don't know what it is. Like, it doesn't seem, like, different from any other Call of Duty game. I don't know why it's taking so much to run it. You know? The graphics aren't that much better. Am I tripping? Is it because it's a beta?
Maybe, baby. I would say
it's weird.
Here's my thing. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you, because no other game makes my fucking PC fry the way this game does.
I don't get it.
I don't want to say it's the beta. Bro, it's obviously because you can fucking dive backwards. Like, the game's just pumping out so much, bro.
No, yeah, you can run sideways now. Yeah, no, it's well, dude, they're adding maps, so you saw that, right?
They're adding what?
They added maps.
They added maps. I saw in new game modes.
Yes, they added maps. They added new game
modes. I was playing it all.
Bro, the gas station one or whatever, I hate that one, dude. So bad.
The gas station.
Yeah. You haven't. Yeah, it's like.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
I hate that map, dude. I played Domination, bro. It was so bad.
Dude,
so bad.
And that's the problem.
Or
some of these maps are just so
bad.
So bad.
It's fun.
And like certain game modes work for certain maps. That's it. Not every map works for every game mode. And I wish I could just fucking pick which map and which game mode I'm trying to play on.
Yeah.
God
it's
damn
the beta.
it.
It screws us. It's
this
bad.
This is the last day, actually, though.
Yeah, but you said it picks back up to 6, right?
Yeah. It does. It really does.
Because today's the 4th. So the 6th, what's going to be new on the 6th? Is there going to be anything new on it?
Yeah. I think they're actually gonna add zombies on the 6th.
Oh, that's crazy.
Bro, I fucking hope. Even though the zombies are horrible.
So the 5th, you think it looks terrible?
Oh my god, have you seen it?
You think it looks bad?
That looks horrible.
Are you serious?
Dude, it's Cold War zombies. It's horrible. Dude, zombies have health bars. That's horrible.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's annoying.
Okay, let me preface everything I'm saying here. It's not horrible. I just think it's too unlike zombies.
Yeah.
It's just weird, bro. It's weird. When you look at it, the HUD that they have is like Warzone. The loading screen is like multiplayer, like going into the game. Like, you know how like Black Ops 2 is like a gobblegum thing? Like you were sitting in the woods. Like, it's literally just the multiplayer screen. Your guy's walking around with a gun. It's like loading into a multiplayer game. Like, they didn't add any new like weapons or
the health bar is super annoying, bro.
Weird.
I don't like
that. And if
that.
you can turn it off, then it's like, okay.
I think you might be able to. But like, the one thing I will say, the graphics look amazing. The graphics look dope, and the fact that you can hop in a boat and like go to a different, that's kind of clean too.
Is it clean?
Very clean. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but at least we got round-based zombies back. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing.
Yeah.
At least we got that, not that stupid like whatever it used to be. At least it's round-based zombies. So that's one cool aspect of it, but I see what you're saying. That's annoying. That's super annoying. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited though. So wait, it's not going to be available tomorrow?
Tomorrow, no, because tomorrow's the 5th, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't think anything. I think that's
annoying.
That's why I think there's going to be so much added though to the 6 because they're taking like a whole day to like shut everything down to
Yeah.
reopen it back up. So they're probably putting a bunch out. You know what I mean?
Dang, bro. Yeah, no, my PC,
But
bro.
we'll see.
I'll try to
We
play
will
later.
see, brother.
I'll try to play later. I don't know if it's gonna work though, but yeah, my PC's like I said, it like freaks out. It like has a stroke when it wants
Do
to.
you have
open it up.
MSI Afterburner?
What's that?
So what you can do, it's kind of like you know how like a car, your radio can go up higher, but your system doesn't allow you to do that.
Yeah.
With this, basically you can change it to where your system prioritizes like the temperature of your PC or like just like the power. And so not power, but so I have it like you download it and like now my fans, like I can change my fan speed and like the temperature limit of the PC, like how hot it can get. So like for Call of Duty, it didn't get so hot.
I do have something like that. Yeah, it's called the GCC or whatever. I think I have that. That's what it says for me.
I don't know. I'm not informed, but
yeah.
I think maybe I saw something like that when I was looking it up.
Yeah, I think that's what that thing is. I'll try to work on it. I don't know. It's just annoying. I'm just excited to get the new PC tomorrow, dude. I'm just waiting on it. But of course, the day I can't play Black Ops 6, but whatever. It's just annoying, dude, because
you'll just set it up and then it'll be good to go for the day.
It's just this PC can run GTA 5 but can't run Black Ops 6. How does that make sense?
Bro, but no, if you really like went to your new PC, if you get that like at the highest maximum on PC, dude, I'm telling you the game's like I'm sorry, with your PC, what I was gonna say is if you get that PC, like when you put it at like high, like you're gonna see like you could probably it doesn't look like Unreal Engine 5, but like bro, it's like the graphics on that game are insane. It's just like you have to dumb them down because your PC will explode if you have them running that.
Yeah.
But with your new PC, it might actually genuinely be like you'll see why. You're gonna get in the game and you're gonna load it up and be like, damn, this shit's kind of crazy.
No, imagine GTA 6. It's gonna be crazy. God. It's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be stupid.
I'm gonna have to upgrade my entire thing for GTA 6.
No, honestly,
whole console explode.
Well, that's
or I have to get it on console.
That's what I'm happy because like for everybody watching, like we'll get to the movie review, but like I built this whole PC myself. So I rigged this thing to the bone, bro. There's stuff that's not supposed to be plugged in where it's plugged in, but it turns on, it operates, it works. That's all that matters, dude. This other one coming in, like it's meant so you can easily take stuff out, put in a new GPU. You know what I'm saying? Like you can, it's built like that. Mine, bro, I'm scared to unplug some because I feel like the whole thing's just gonna fall apart. You know what I'm saying? Like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Like it's not good. So like that's what I'm worried about. But yeah, I'm excited for
the Looney Tunes cartoon.
Facts, dude. But yeah, all right. Let's talk about The Crow, man. Me and Brayden, we heard. Let's actually look at the Rotten Tomatoes right now. This movie going into it. Yeah, we were like, this movie's gonna be terrible. We actually even contemplated not watching this film because of the ratings. We're like, we can go watch whatever the other one was, and eventually, Brayden was like, let's just go watch this one because I want to see how bad it is. I want to laugh at it. We're like, all right, bet. So we went and watched The Crow, and let's see. Oh, come on, why are you not pulling up? Sorry, I'm trying to. Here we go.
You're okay, my friend.
23% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, it does have a better rating than The Crow City of Angels, which is a 14%. But 23% on Rotten Tomatoes, dude. It was lower when we went and watched it. It was like, wasn't it like 10 or something stupid? And we're like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing here? We went and watched this film, and I really enjoyed it. And Brayden really enjoyed it. I really like this film. Now, let me go ahead and preface by saying this. Me and Brayden have still not seen the original Crow. I do want to see the original Crow. Brayden wants to watch the original Crow. So, the people that I've talked to that have seen this film and did hate the remake, or the reboot, whatever you want to call it, they don't like it because they keep comparing it to the original Crow. And
dude, sorry, not to cut you off. I posted on Facebook within seconds. Logan knows. That's why he's laughing. Within seconds, so many people storming my page like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is ridiculous. This is stupid. Da-da-da. I was like, bro, why? If you compare it to the original, sure, I understand. But I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to solely base it off of itself. And even I do that with every remake. You know what I mean? You have to, because you can't. Of course, you're going to compare, but in terms of when you're going to review a movie for itself, what it is, you can't compare it to something else. You have to look at it as this is somebody taking it on for the first time. This is their way of doing it, and this is how they're. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Even if the original's better, I can sit here and say the original still might be better, but this is a good movie still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why can't
why can't both be
we
true?
do that?
Yeah, why can't both be true? That's society nowadays in general, though. You know what I'm saying? People can't play the middle ground. They have to lean toward one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? It's something that we deal with in everyday life, no matter what it is. But yeah, this film, when it comes to reboots and remakes, it's something solely based off preference, man. Like and expectation. And because, like, for example, man, you know, I'm a big fan of the original Nightmare on Elm Street, right? And then people always talk about the remake that they did in 2010. It is almost a shot-for-shot remake of the original film, just obviously, you know, updated, you know, visuals, right? And sounds and everything, and CGI and all that. And people hate this movie, hate that film. And I know some people that have seen that movie before they saw the classic Nightmare on Elm Street, and they like that movie more than the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
So it's and personally, what do I think after like seeing both, but seeing the original first? I think the new one's not a great movie. It's not great, but it's still fun, and you can't compare it to that original film, man. You just can't do it. And I'm a diehard Nightmare fan, a diehard Halloween fan, and they've done remakes. Now there are certain elements that you shouldn't mess with, right?
Yeah.
You know, and a good one with, like, you know, for example, the Halloween franchise. Let's jump to that. Rob Zombie did a remake, and he made Michael talk. You can't have him scream die and, you know, whatever. That's stupid. That's just dumb, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Literally a bearded, homeless-looking Michael, you know, goes in and just screams die, you know, whatever, and tries to kill Loomis. Die! So stupid. So that's literally what he says, dude. In the second Halloween, Rob Zombie goes, die! He's like, what are we doing? His mask is ripped off. So there's certain elements that you shouldn't do, but the Crow franchise in general, like Brayden was talking about after, every film is a different character. So tell me why you're comparing this to the original story when even the sequels had nothing to do with the original story.
No, seriously. Like,
with the Halloween franchise,
come on, Dak.
Facts. With the Halloween franchise, the reason you can criticize some things is because there's a connection to that original film, right?
Yeah.
If this was a sequel to the original film, you have every right to criticize certain things. But these are brand new characters and a brand new story. Brand new story. Very different story. You look at the original Crow. The original Crow is about this husband and wife, whatever. They killed on their anniversary of their death. The guy comes back, whatever. It's very different than this film, and I think that it's super unfair to the creators of this film, the actors, the writers, the producers, to compare when I guarantee they went in this not wanting to one up the original or dishonor the original. They wanted to create something new and fresh, and they did that. And people get so mad when remakes do a shot-for-shot remake, but then they get mad when someone does something different. And that's kind of my point. Is like there's a lot of factors that go into this, and I just feel like instead of seeing those different factors, people just jump to a conclusion and hate on something because it has the same name as an old movie that they really liked. So I went on a little rant there, but it's a very fine line to walk on, and it's all about perception.
Yeah.
I'll let you go, Brayden. I did my rant.
The thing, I don't know. I think how you have to look at this. Again, I said it already. It's like there's new people taking on a new adaptation of this. It's kind of like when It movie came out. I liked it. The new It, like I liked it. I never saw the second one, which is actually like a really sad thing on my part because I actually really wanted to. I liked the original It. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the adult version. I saw the kid version.
Yeah. The
Love the kid version. Yeah. And then comparing it, like you can compare it to the original. I think there's qualities about the newer one that are better than the original. Do I probably like the original better? Yeah, probably. But there's a lot of things I still like about this newer one, and I think are great. It goes the same way with this Crow movie. I think people. I think there's definitely more of a what are they called? Like a hidden group behind the Crow. What are they called?
What do you mean?
Basically just groups of people that like find not bad movies. It's not a bad movie, but find movies like they cult around a movie. You know what I mean? Like a film cult kind of thing. Like they
Yeah,
like
like they push a certain narrative about a
yes,
film. Is what
yes,
you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah,
because I'm trying to think of like that happens a lot of the time with like bad movies that aren't like some people are like no this is one of the greatest horror movies ever, and then a lot of people are like I don't know,
yeah,
like a cult classic kind of thing.
yeah,
I think The Crow's like that more than like a lot of movies. I think a lot of people like who rally around behind it are like truly like super like heavy about it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? They feel way about it. And so it's like making this new adaptation. I think people I don't know. I just think people are comparing it too much. And I think when you look at the acting, I think the acting was phenomenal. I think the relationships between Skarsgård and Twigs was incredible. I think the fight scenes were awesome. And again, I've never seen the original, so I'm not comparing it to the original. I'm not saying that this movie is better than the original, but coming at it blindly, face value, I liked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of it's put me in a perspective. That's how I feel like I should watch a lot of other movies that are kind of like revivals or something like that
Yeah,
because it's like, why are we comparing? You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
I understand you're allowed to do it, but at the end of the day, don't let that comparison undertake the value. You can't just be like, oh yeah, this movie sucks because it's not as good as this one. That's dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I said, there's certain films that you have to do that for, or there's elements of the film that you have to do that for, like direct sequels, right? That are continuing a story, or when you, like I said, with the Halloween remake, where you take the same exact character and do something that just isn't like, but this is not the same character. It's something different. It's a retelling, and I think that people have to realize that. And so I'm with you 100% right there, man. And it is a very different type of film though too. Like, it looks like from what I've heard from other people, the original Crow is very action based. Like it's all fight sequences, you know what I mean? Crazy sequences. This film is very it's a romance film. It's literally throughout the whole time, the theme is about
No,
love
you're right.
and the impact of love. And the first hour of this film, there's no fighting scenes. It's strictly this relationship. Well, there is like some action, sequences, but it's strictly this relationship between what were their names?
Um,
The actresses Twigs
Actresses Twigs and Bill
and
Skarsgård.
Bill
I can't
Skarsgård.
think of
We'll
their.
just go with their names.
It's Sherry, and I can't think of his name.
I'll look it up. I'll look
I
it up.
can't think of the main character's fucking name.
Sorry, 1 second. Eric and Shelley. Eric and
Shelley, not Sherry. Shelley.
So so yeah, you got Eric and Shelley. The whole first hour of this film is all about their relationship, and people were like, "Oh, why this is so stupid? It's boring. I was going to sleep." And I'm like, I like character development. I like stories developing. I like having a deeper connection with characters. And I feel like with the original film, it starts out with them dead or whatever. There's no build up to them dying. There's no care for them dying. Does that make sense? Like, you don't really care for their relationship as much because you didn't see it start. And I think what's great about this film is you see that relationship blossom. You see that love grow. And that love that you've seen grow with your own two eyes for the first 40 minutes of this film, 45 minutes of this film, is now the center. It's the nucleus of this film, right? It's the heart, pun intended, and soul of this film. And yeah, man, I really, really enjoyed that aspect of it. The romance part, I think, made it great. And that's and here's another thing: the shift of Eric into the Crow is even more fun to watch because you've seen his character go from this guy to this guy to this thing, this force of nature, dude. That's just so badass,
Yeah.
So
right.
I think it adds more to the story personally. Like I said, I haven't seen the original Crow. I'm not saying you need to, like, I get that you can still care about characters and care about that relationship even if you do kill them off early, because as the story goes on, you could reveal new things, and maybe that's what they did in the original Crow. But for this film, I really enjoyed having that build-up, and I think that the build-up wasn't too long, wasn't too short. Maybe could have been a little bit shorter, but like I thought even then it was rushing a lot of things. So I think it was really solid, and I think it contributed to the rest of the film when Eric becomes the Crow.
I agree. And I think the point that you made at the beginning of this serves actually like, because I'd never even thought about this, but I think it actually makes me like the movie a lot more. This movie is a romance. That is like, there's no way around it. And I think maybe that's why people are pissed off, because they're like, oh, this is all act like they're like, because they, I don't know if you mentioned this yet, but the fact that it was like he got into the Crow, you know what I mean? He got the like he became the Crow much faster in the originals. In this film, it's more of an elongated process, but I think that was to build on the relationship and the love and actually make it more impactful. Because if you ask Logan, if you recorded it by the end of this movie, and this is a spoiler warning, anybody right here, if you don't want to skip for the next like minute, what happens is, you know, Shelly comes up, he gets her, and then they are hugging and they're talking. And she's like, I fell asleep, like I thought I lost you. And then he starts getting pulled down because he made the deal. And if you looked at me at the end, I was sitting there like this. Like literally at the end of the movie, I was sitting there like this, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And it was just because they did such a good job at genuinely building that relationship between them. I was so heartbroken. I told Logan, I was like, it's not a bad ending, it's just not a happy one. And that's okay. Yeah. And I thought, honestly, it probably served the story better because you got a reaction out of me. I'm sitting there with my hands in my head like, no, bro. Like, no fucking way that just happened.
Yep.
And I think that has a testament to show it was a romance. You know what I mean? Right. It had the action that you would like from a cool, crazy action movie, but it was a romance at heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. No, that's what I was explaining. Like, I think that build up for some people was really boring because they wanted to see the action based stuff, and then when they got pushed with the romance stuff, instead of digesting what they were seeing on screen, they were just wanting and itching for that fighting stuff. Which is why there's one big sequence in this film where he goes through the movie theater, and there's a play going on, and he just kills probably like 35 people. And just goes through guys, dude. I mean, ripping their arms off, dude. You know, it gets gory fast, dude. It gets
gory, bro.
It almost gets campy gory. It's almost like it was like I guarantee a testament to the old films. I guarantee that's what that scene was, because every single person, even if they hated this film, they all went back to that sequence and was like, this sequence was it. This sequence was amazing. It's the only sequence that we liked that made sense. So I guarantee the Old Crow is one of those action-packed movies that are a little campy, but it's a fun ride, like a John Wick, you know what I'm saying? And It was like John Wick before John Wick. And I think, like, here's my thing. Let's say they, like, imagine, Brayden, they remake John Wick 20 years from now, 40 years from now. Let's stay with the actual Crow timeline. Sorry, 30 years. And, you know, we're 50 years old, right? And we go to watch this movie, and it's the new John Wick. We walk in, and the first hour is this love romance between this guy and his girlfriend, and then they finally get to the action-based stuff. We're not really gonna like that. We're probably, if we're a fan of the original John Wicks as we are, we're probably gonna be like, all right, dude, let me see Keanu Reeves, or this, you know, Walmart Keanu Reeves go in and beat some people's ass. Like that's kind of our mindset. So like, I get what people are saying. I get why they think that, but it's just, once again, as hard as it is, you're going to have to take a step back and really appreciate this film for what it is. And that's going to be hard to do because, like I said, if they do a John Wick remake and make it a romance comedy, or not romance comedy, sorry, a romance action-packed film, I'm probably not going to be a big fan of it either. And I'm going to point to the action sequences as the best parts of the film. So I think that's kind of what they're viewing it as. And I totally understand where they're coming from. But with me, like I said, you just gotta appreciate this film for what it is, man. And the action sequences to me were just the cherry on top. I thought that just made the movie even better, dude. They came at the right times. That last one was just, it was like 15 minutes. It was probably a 15-minute sequence. I don't know how long the choreography took. Probably it's probably 6-7 months of him just going through, just going bah bah, like just you can go. He did everything you could possibly do to kill someone in that little 15-minute span. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I think it just added more. And here's something else too. My big takeaway from this film, my favorite thing was not the action. As cool as the action was, it was the romance aspect of it and how it was connected to these characters. And I think that that's why we have the stance we have on it.
And that's the thing. I truly I'm gonna make this comment. I feel like this movie proves like the attention span of people has just quite literally shot down and plummeted because this movie is driven off the personal connection between these two characters. It's really weird how Shelley isn't in the movie for a good portion, but it always feels like she's the centerfold of the movie. And that's because they really put a focus on the characters and the connection and the story over anything else. And so, I don't know. I think it was a great movie. It's going to go higher than a lot of movies that we've seen this year. And I know we might be the crazy podcast that, thinks that, but I don't know.
If someone brings me a if someone brings me a good reason, I haven't seen a good reason on why to hate on this film. Literally, I haven't seen anything. Like, there's little things, sure. There's little aspects to this film that are, you know what I mean, that does, there's some lines here and there. There's some moments that you're like, okay. There's some things that he does where like, what are you doing, right? That's basic movie action-packed stuff. They make stupid decisions. They do stupid things. At the beginning, it's like, yeah, let me take a shower first. And they don't take a shower. Stuff like that's kind of stupid. But,
yeah.
It's
like, you stink. Come back.
Yeah, I know. It's so stupid. But here's another thing, too. This is one of the only films this year that we've seen that I haven't been like, okay, what time is it? Literally, not once. Like, it was crazy. I was so invested in this film. We've watched some other great films this year, but I can't think of more than two that I was this invested in, and then I didn't check my phone a couple times to see what time it was. As weird as that sounds. And I was just invested. I loved it, and I thought this film is very underrated, overhated. And if someone watching this right now, because I might post this as a separate movie review actually on the channel. If you guys can come to me and give us a good reason on why this film is not at least an 8 out of 10, please give me a reason. Please.
Yeah,
the villain.
Without
talk about the
comparing
villain.
it to the original.
Without comparing it to the original. The villain was great. He was menacing as hell. He was great. He was awesome. So it's like, I don't get... Now look, this movie also did have some, like, ritual stuff involved. The whispering in the ear. That's probably the worst part of the film for me. Because you lose a little bit of that grounded take. But this guy is a dead man walking, bro. You got to be like, I mean, come on, dude. Like, you know what I mean? You got to, like, I get, and you know me, Brayden. I'm someone who, I love grounded films. You know what I'm saying? But, like, with this movie, man, come on. Like, that's a weird excuse. Do I love it? No. But do I think that it hurts the film terribly? No. I just prefer they would have went a more grounded take with it. Maybe like Kingpin or something. You know, that would have been a cool approach. Because he felt like a Kingpin character. Like, that guy could play Kingpin 100%. But I don't feel like it hurt the movie or took me out of it in any way, which is weird. It's weird that it didn't take me out of it. But that is probably the worst part of the film. Other than that, I can't think of any major thing that affected me. I thought the ending was emotional. I thought it was amazing when they're bringing her back to life. And which, if you want to expand on that, let's talk about what we were saying walking out of the theater. Like, was this all a fake thing like we were talking about? So do you want to expand on anything else before we dive into that rabbit hole?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm very adamant on the fact that I think this was a good movie. I don't think it should be getting the hate that it's getting. And one thing in particular for me that, like, this is my last thing because then we can go on. Thing that really stood out to me is, like, how the story translated a lot. Like, the shots of the movie, like, I don't know, were like so I don't know, the shots really felt like it was like a book almost, like we were telling a story. Like half the time he'd get pushed over and like, go slow motion and he'd transfer into the new reality. And then like we would follow these bird eye shots of the crow, because the crow was like the guidance of the whole movie. And I don't know, it felt like a book on screen. And I think that's what you should always aim for in a movie. And not saying like that's the you know what I mean, the what am I trying to say? That's what it has to be. But it's like a good book has a good story. It has layers. It has something to follow. And this movie gave us that. You know what I mean? It
Right.
really between the cinematography and like the people and just the underlying. I think that's what I was trying to get to. What I really like is the underlying tones and layers that this movie has, because there are so many. We were talking about on a second watch how like this movie, I feel like could even get better, like starting to like realize more and visualize more. And I don't know, and especially after going and watching the original, I want to go see this again so I can compare. That way I will compare now, because I've seen the movie now and I know how I feel about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, I guess, my last input on it. I just feel very adamant about it.
Yeah. No, I agree with everything you said. Everything you said. The one thing about this film that me and Brayden were really confused on is what exactly is the time frame. They actually do die when they get the plastic bags around their head and they can't breathe. And
Yes.
then an hour and a half goes, not an hour and a half, like an hour and 15 minutes of him being the crow goes by. And it's like a week time span. Like about a week, I would say, or at least 3 days. So
Of him being the crow.
of him being the crow, and then she wakes up from the CPR getting shocked or whatever, the shock treatment, and it looks like maybe it's daytime, so maybe a day passed, if that. So, and then she looks over and he's dead. So tell me, and then also too, he's stuck in the thing, so he can go back into the world as the crow if he wants. So tell me, is this a multi-dimensional thing? I still don't understand it. It's very
I
weird.
Well, because I remember I brought that up in the car, and this is like,
I didn't think of it.
Logan.
Yeah.
We were thinking about it, and I was like, well, just like the time frame confuses me. He was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, when you think about it, it's like, did the events, as Logan was just explaining, did they really happen or did they not happen? Because we go through this whole point where they're getting choked out and they die, and then we go through, like you said, days of events where he goes and he kills multiple people. That happens in real life. These people are dying. Like, this is not like he fucking showed up in the middle of a goddamn show holding two heads. Like, that happened. But then the minute that everything finished and he killed the last guy, we get transported back and we're put back in the moment they died from the very beginning of the movie. And so, did it happen? Is there a paradox, like a limbo stage? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's like between living and death. Because they kind of mentioned that. It was like they're like the people that kind of gatekeep before hell. And so it begs that question, like, did we ever, was it all kind of like a flash before, like like a flash of your eye? Like, you know what I mean? When people die, they like see other, like their memories and stuff. Like, is that like the course of which it is? And so we were just always in that moment and, time kind of froze? Or did all of that really happen and we went back in time? Or did all of that happen and it's a miracle days later that she was okay? You know what I mean?
But here's
But
the
I
thing
don't.
though, they wouldn't go. But I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I do like that thought of maybe they went back in time, but there's no way because he's still stuck in that paradox, and which by the way, the paramedic turns out to be the guy that he was talking to in that paradox. Very weird.
Yes.
That just made it more confusing. Me and Brayden were like, what does that even mean, dude? Anyway, so almost said Brandon Lee. He's stuck. Skarsgård's stuck in this paradox still. So that means he can still go back into the world if he wants to, correct? So then, how does that work? It's like if there's gonna be two of them in one unit, like there's so many plot holes, and if that is a big plot hole, that's a major plot hole, and that does take away from this film a little bit for me.
That's like the only thing I can say is maybe that was the transfer that they did with the deal where he transferred all the Crow abilities to him. It was kind of like he was saving him, so like they swapped places, and that's why he came back to life as something like he used to be, maybe. But I don't know. I think they did it as just the guidance, like the serving guidance. Like, of course, it's him that saves her at the end, as he's been the guy like guiding the Crow or Bill Skarsgård's character the whole movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So
Maybe we're looking too deep into it, but I feel like we're also valid for looking into that. I feel like that's a good question, and like I said, that can probably if that was just a, which they'll never admit it, but if that is a plot hole in this film, I'm just gonna tell everybody right now, my ranking's pretty high. But I'm just taking it as they wanted it to be up for theories, and like they didn't really want to give it a definite answer because they want us to talk about it, just like we're doing now for a podcast. But if that was a screw up, excuse me, then that drops down probably a point for me. Honestly, that probably does drop down a point because like that makes zero, like none of it makes sense. If I don't ever understand it, I'm just gonna get more and more confused. And even though the rest of the film is amazing, I'm gonna be over here like it's gonna end with that. It's like, bro, there's movies out there I love that have horrible endings, and Brayden, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Movies that you just love, you're like, it's so good, and then you get to the end, you're like, why? I'm reminded of this stupid thing. Like I should have just stopped watching.
dude, that was the devil. Late Night with the Devil, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And Nightmare on Elm Street is a great example. It's the original. It's a great film, and then at the end, the mom gets pulled through the window and it's a blow up doll. It's so stupid. Like no one likes that ending. It's because the studio did that, and that's kind of like with this. That's not as bad, but it is a big plot hole that I feel like we needed to be addressed, and I hope. And what's weird is nobody's talking about that. That's a very weird thing. Nobody, out of all the negative stuff I've heard, the one negative I have, or one of the few negatives I have with this film, is not brought up by the critics. And that's very strange to me. So maybe it's something, Brayden, that is explaining the original Crow. Maybe we need to go back and watch the original Crow. That's just something, you know what I'm saying? That is kind of like an omen to the true fans, that maybe that's why those true fans that are hating on it, because the majority of people hating on it are true fans of the original. Maybe that's why they haven't brought it up, because it makes sense to them. But it is something that is bothered me quite a bit, and I genuinely don't. That's just, I don't know. I want to hear your guys' thoughts that have seen this film. Let me know what you think. What do you think about the paramedic thing, like Brayden was talking about? Do you agree with him? What do you think the time frame is? Like, what do you think's going on? It's a very, very weird thing that Brayden, which I didn't even think about, and then Brayden brought up, and I was like, oh yeah, this dude's right. Very strange. So
this guy's cooking.
Yeah, this man. What's this man cooking? Let him cook. Let him cook.
Cook, baby.
Let us know what you guys think about that, because it is kind of crazy. But other than that, man, the acting in this film's amazing. The acting's incredible in this film. A lot of nuances. Very grounded performances. Great job by the director of directing these actors. They don't ever get credit. And the cinematography, like you said, is really cool. It feels like it has its own style, right? It like, maybe you never actually told me that. It does kind of feel like a book in a way. This is a film that has its own style, its own feel to it, and I think in a very unique way. And like whenever I think of The Crow, there's a specific style that I think of now, right? There's some movies that don't have that style. It's a generic film, even though they might be really, really good. The style is just doesn't jump out at you. I think with The Crow, there's a specific style that I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I like that. I like that a lot. So I like that. The characters, the character development, the plots, awesome. The only two negatives I have, like I said before, is that ending, which is very confusing. Then there was one other thing that jumped out at me. I like the villain a lot. But which his acting and everything was amazing, but there is that element of like he does this ritual stuff that was very weird, and that kind of took me out of it a little tiny bit, but it wasn't a big negative at all. So those are the two main ones that jumped out at me, the two main negatives that I had a problem with, but everything else was either really small things that you could easily tweak or it was amazing. So that's my final thoughts on it.
Yeah, man, as I've said before, man, I think this is one of the better movies of this year. I think when you look at production value and like cinematography, acting, connection, story. Yeah, this whole thing that we have at the end of the movie, yeah, it could be a plot hole. It could be us thinking too deep. Not in a bad way. Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, we're overthinking it. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not going to sway my whole opinion of the rest of the movie. And I think that people who are being nitpicky about this are just people who, I don't want to say glaze the original, because I'm not saying that's like you're glazing it or anything, but like you're comparing it too much. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So I think it's worth watch. I think everyone should watch it, even if you don't like it as much as the original. I think you'll find value in it.
Yeah, I agree. And this is a film that I'm gonna rewatch again for sure, and a couple times. It's one of my favorite films of this year. So let's do a ranking. I think that did you go first last time or did I go first?
It was me.
Okay. All right. All right.
I think.
Let's hear. Let's hear it then. I'm gonna go first. Yeah, this is tough. I have the main number down. I'm thinking of like a good point number.
A point. Yeah. A point something.
I'm gonna give this movie I really liked it, man. I'll probably give it like a 9.5.
Okay. I'm thinking pretty similarly. I'm kind of in the same boat. It's like it's a point. Um, fuck me. 9.5 is a good number. 9.5. 9.5. That's
Yeah.
a good number.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
that's
9.6 a little too much,
Yeah.
but 9.4 is like, I don't know. I like the movie.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I just out of a yeah, out of
Like,
what? As a first time watch, yeah, I think it's a 9.5. I think I was thinking 9.2 for a little bit, but I was like, I don't know. I've rated some 9.2 film. Like looking back on this film, it's really well done, man. There's so many aspects of it that I love, and I think it's so well made. There's a couple things like we talked about multiple times that I might have a little bit of an issue with, but overall, I really enjoy it, and I think it's a film that that as time goes on, people will appreciate more. There's a lot of films like that, and I think this is one of them. And
Yeah.
I think it's just you're going to have to give people time to kind of put aside their biases and put aside their ego and sit down and enjoy this film, because I think it's really solid. And if you already have seen it, definitely watch it again. Take what we said and try to view it through our lenses and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Because I think there's just two very different ways to see this film, man. And I'm really happy we saw the way we did it, because this is probably, I'm trying to think, what have we seen this year? It's probably my third favorite film this year, third favorite film.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. We saw Twisters, which I really liked. We saw
Late Night with the Devil jumped out at you.
Late Night with the Devil jumped out at me.
Sorry, I'm trying.
Bike Riders.
Oh, man. For you, it
Definitely more, but it's up there, bro.
It might be fighting for number one for you, honestly. Now that I think about it,
maybe it might.
Because, like, honestly, I probably rank this one higher than Twisters, but we're talking about pure enjoyability. You got Alien, you have Trap, you have Deadpool and Wolverine. That was another one that's probably number one. Dune Part 2, Bob Marley, Madam Web, Saltburn. Saltburn number one, dude.
Dude, Saltburn's number one, baby.
ISS, Rebel Moon Part 1. We got to see. I've never watched Rebel Moon Part 2.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
We saw the first.
Yeah, we got to do that. I really liked the first one. Like really, really liked it. And then I think Maestro was 2 years ago, if I'm not tripping. No.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, there's no way Maestro
was at right at the beginning of this year. First week.
What?
First week.
Holy shit.
No, January 1st, I released the Iron Claw review.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, look at my hair.
Yeah, that's gonna be
crazy.
Gonna be something there.
And then yeah, Maestro, dude. I mean, we ranked all the 2023 films. That's crazy.
That's nutto.
There you go. That's when we still had the studio, baby. We still had the studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. That's gonna be it for this episode. Brayden, anything else you wanna? Oh, dude, the Minecraft trailer. What was that?
Oh my God! Cancel it! Cancel the fucking movie! Give them all their money and cancel the movie. You
Oh,
guys are
bro.
gonna plummet,
They're gonna
bro. When I
plummet
saw
bad.
when I saw Momoa, I like audibly laughed. I
Yeah,
audibly like laughed
yeah,
out loud.
yeah. I don't know what they did to him.
No, no. Don't know what they were going for there.
It
I don't know what we're trying to do there.
I I don't know what I was expecting. I will say that. I don't know what I was like. I saw, I saw the clip. Actually, no. I guess I do know what I'm expecting because remember at one of the cons they showed the Jack Black with the sword, and then they showed the creeper or whatever, and they're like, "This is what it's gonna look like." I just feel like an animated movie would have been better, like a Super Mario Bros. Animated Illumination project movie.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming as well.
Because or just CGI and make them have blockheads. I don't know. It's weird, dude. It almost looks like Jumanji. They get put in a video game, you know? Very weird.
Jumanji.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big Minecraft guy either. Brayden, you know a lot more about Minecraft. You love Minecraft a lot more
I
than
love
me.
to mine Minecraft.
So
Let me mine.
you can speak on it a little bit more than me, but yeah, I'm not. I don't think it looks good.
So here's what I'll say. The story, in terms of what I got a glimpse of, the story actually seems pretty good. With a lot of the thing that like it doesn't get explained enough on like Minecraft with like the pig people is like there is a deeper lore with them. There's like a whole like pig kingdom, you know what I mean?
And that's what those like the like crazy people were. The
Yeah,
rebels.
it's everyone from the Nether, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But I just like when they were like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I am Steve." I was like,
Is he not supposed
"Turn
to be like
on the
that?
lights!
Turn them off.
Turn off the lights!
Is
Turn
that?
off the lights!" Sorry, I meant
You
turn off
sound
the
like
lights.
Beetlejuice.
Anything else, dude. That movie.
What?
I don't know,
Because Steve is not supposed to act like that, right?
bro. Steve is just a fucking. He never had a voice. It's just a character you play as. So it's like I guess there is no definite way of doing it, but like I just don't imagine like when you're playing Minecraft, like Steve doesn't come off as a guy. And
Right.
Steve.
Right.
I'm like,
Right.
dude, bro, stop. You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Here's what I got from the trailer. I think that they made a big mistake. I think they're trying to market this toward kids and not teenagers or adults.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big mistake because Minecraft's still huge. But I would say prime Minecraft was probably like 2015, 2016, right? I feel like that's when like it first was like popping. You had all these YouTubers,
The
PewDiePie.
prime craft.
Yeah, dude, early 2010s. Those kids are all like, who is this? Sorry, someone's calling me. I'll get to that. I don't know who that is. Might be my mom. I don't know. But yeah, sorry. But like all those kids now are like 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? So like it's kind of like what they did with Super Mario Bros. Movie. Like they made it advertised toward kids, but they gave a lot of fan service to the adults. And with a lot of like posters and video game references, they got to do something like that with this film because right now it feels like they're really leaning heavily into that, iPad kid humor. You know what I mean? And that's a big mistake.
It definitely. It's like you're just going like it's like you're just being too stupid with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like they're aiming toward the "you got games on your phone" kid, and that's not good. that's a problem. So
You got games on your phone.
So we'll see what they do. I just know we had to talk about it because I saw that you sent me a DM and you're like, "What is this, dude?"
Dude, I was like,
and we gotta wait a
this
year
is not
for
the
it.
wave.
We gotta wait a year for it. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
fuck that.
The story is interesting, so we'll see what happens. But there we go,
We'll
baby.
see.
We will see.
see.
We will see. But Mr. B, any other news you saw that we need to?
No, that's it, man.
Yeah, it's that one that that hurt a little bit. You know what's cool
Yeah,
about our
I was like,
Actors
that hurt a
POV
little bit.
website? It's
Oh,
gonna
shit.
have all these news articles
All
on
these
the
things.
website. So be ready
All
for
of
that.
them.
And that's on the silver subscription. So you get that if you pay the was it $10 a month for the monthly for silver, and you get access to all that movie news and movie acting news. So get ready, baby. On the way soon. Like I said, follow us on our Instagram at Actors POV Pod. You get all that information right there, just for you out there.
Just for you.
Just for you. And so yeah, be ready for all of that headed your way. And Mr. B, any final words?
Just want to say thank you everyone for watching the episodes. We appreciate your support. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. And watch the freaking Crow and let us know what you think.
Yeah, honestly, let us know, because this is one of the most misunderstood films I think I've seen in a minute. There hasn't been many films where can you think of one where you walked in where the ratings were really low and we came out really liking it? I can't think of one. Maybe Sisu. Sisu had that. Sisu. But I can't think of another one that people hated that we were like, wow, that was really good. At least to this extent. This is one of the first ones. So go check out The Crow. Like I said, follow us on Instagram, Actors POV Pod, or our normal personal ones, which for me it's It's Logan Allen, and for Mr. Brayden Noble it is
Brayden_Noble.
Yes, sir. And get all the fun updates there, baby. Brayden posts a lot of news on his actual story as well, so you guys can enjoy that.
Bro, I do. I post too much news on my story.
No, we love it.
Come enjoy.
We really love it. But yeah, I love y'all, man. Y'all stay safe. We'll see you next week.
We love you. Have a good one.